Alright guys, hopefully you got your driver's license for this one. No, we're not talking about the automotive giant. We're talking about the Canadian basketball player, 19 years old, 6 feet tall, guard, Canadian, Kia Nurse. Guys, we're hearing a lot about this young lady playing for the Connecticut Huskies. Also was a participant in the 2014 FIBA World Championship and won gold at the 2015 Pan American Games. You know, a lot of these male Canadian players get a lot of hype, but I think this is one of those situations where we need to pause and give credit where credit's due. There's a lot of talent in this young lady. Who'd like to go first?
Well, I mean, I heard about Kia for the first time a couple of years back, and just saying, you know, she's going to be on the radar soon. Watch out for this girl. And I was talking to Liz Ann Murphy on the national team, I think last summer, and when I'm just talking about how things are going, she's like, you just got to see Kia live for yourself. I'm like, is it all the hype? And she's like, you just got to see her. And I think Michael Grange put it best because she scored, I think, 33 in the Pan Am Championship game. The star is born. I mean, she is this universal star. I mean, like you said, at UConn, being in the finals, being a key component as a point guard there, plays like Jamal Murray, plays well beyond her years. She comes from this amazing athletic pedigree we'll get into here, I guess, but she's star power. She's, I think, a marketing dream. I think she's great for Canadian basketball because she's passionate about the game and just ridiculously talented, and she's the future.
Gym rat, athletic family. I don't know if she's under the pressure to be good because of her family being so athletic, but she's from that pedigree. She accepts the challenge. And as far as I'm concerned, going into that championship game against the U.S. team, her teammates, Breanna Stewart, Mariah Jefferson, I think Kia went into the game thinking she was the best player on the floor. And now listen, as far as I'm concerned, Breanna Stewart is the next best thing. Olivia Dawn right now, to me, is the best female player in the WNBA. Breanna Stewart is in that ilk as well. Kia Nurse, first of all, you knew she was going to be good. You do not get recruited by Geno Auriemma, the head coach at UConn, if you can't play, all right? Besides being able to play physically, you have to be tough mentally to play for Coach Auriemma, because Auriemma is one tough nut to crack. He will try to bury you in the ground. He wants to know how tough you are, not only physically, but mentally. He will yell, he will put you down, he will do whatever it takes to toughen you up. And if you pass that initial test, you could be his best friend for the next 4 years at UConn. And she passed everything. She had a fantastic freshman year at Connecticut last season. And having the summer she just had, culminating with a gold medal for Canada at the Pan Ams, and also being the star, the person that we're talking about, dropping 33 points in the game, facilitating, getting the ball to the right people, and also being a good defender. I love people who compete on both ends of the floor. One-dimensional people are fine, but I like those who recognize their talent. I don't want to be known as a one-trick pony. I want to get it done on both ends of the floor. And she carried Canada throughout this tournament, not only in that championship game, but in the tournament, the leadership. She's 19. The future, as far as the point guard position for Canada, and I tweeted, I think, last week, it's Kia Nurse, it's Maya Marie Langlois, and Montreal's own Myra Fields. Those three girls are going to carry the torch for the next 5 to 10 years for our program. I'm sure there's young blood coming through, but on both the men's and women's side, the abundance of young talent that we have, we're basically going to give the ball and say, take us home. This is the best, as Steve said it 2 years ago, we're in the golden era of Canadian basketball, and he wasn't only talking about the men, he was talking about the women as well. And it's been showcased here at the Pan Am Games, and I'm looking forward to watching this whole process from the grassroots up. We've got talent galore coming through. It's not going to stop at Kia. It's not going to stop at Jamal. There's players coming, and we need to get on board with this and to be excited, because basketball is going to mean something to us in this country. Our young people are going to want to play on our national program because of Kia Nurse and Jamal Murray. They're like, wow, if those guys can make it, and be great, so can I. It's just going to make people want to play basketball. It's already the most popular sport in Canada for the ages 12 to 17. That number is going to grow because of what's going on right now.
Absolutely. And you're talking about carrying the torch. I mean, at 6 feet tall, at point guard, that's carrying it high. So as we've got size, we've got talent. Now, you prefaced this perfectly, Marc. When we're talking about the future Canadian basketball, I mean, we've heard more names, both women and men, than ever in the last couple of years, coming through the systems with success, making an impact. What is this saying about culturally what's changed in Canada? I mean, like, where have these guys come from? Or is it the system? Like, you can chime in there too. What's happening in how Canadians view basketball, the programs, how they support the players, and everything encompassed that's producing this winning talent?
Well, just to hop on what Dwight said, it was nice to see Mark Stein tweet. I spoke to him last summer in Spain about everyone's eyes are on Canadian basketball. He said it's nice that America has a little competition now on both sides of the fence. So I think it's been a cultural change. I think you can say the Steve Nash effect and also the Toronto Raptors effect. Vince Carter, you ask all these young guys in the NBA and college right now, they all have Vince Carter posters on their walls as kids. And so it's just been this kind of grassroots growth from those two things, kind of building. And everyone's kind of saying, you know what, we're not just a hockey country. And I think, like you said, Kia Nurse is going to do so much for the women's program, inspiring young women to play basketball. You have no idea. She's going to be, I think, a global superstar in the WNBA. She just has that kind of charisma to her, star power. And I just think it's really just kind of a cultural shift where they're saying, you know what, we're not just guys in igloos with hockey sticks. I think it's just going to become the point that, you know what, we create very good basketball players here. And it's starting from the ground up, and it's going to just keep going. Oh,
absolutely. And I find it ironic that myself, for people that don't know, I was always a baseball and hockey guy until 1995. The Toronto Raptors came in, right? So Canadian pride, Canadian
and
teams,
the Grizzlies,
and the Grizzlies. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, he put his time in. But just seeing the growth. I mean, talking about basketball in Canada at that time. I mean, all credit due to the players who were playing. You know, it was more of a niche fandom, we'll call it, right? And now you can't go anywhere without hearing these names, both men and women. And it's just, I'm so proud and I'm so happy. And to be one of these kids growing up in this right now,
they're going to want to play, Phil.
Absolutely.
They're going to want to play. And it's that's why this era is, when we look back, hopefully we all live to be old men. When we look back, we're going to say, you know what? From say the 2014 to whenever we're talking 30 years from now, we're going to look at this summer as the turning point. All right? Because, listen, people want to play for the national team now. They're really going to want to play for the national team now. Because they recognize, listen, the way it is with digital, the internet, Facebook, Twitter, everything is on television now. Everything. If you didn't get the games in the U.S., or if you were located here in Canada, if you don't have cable at home, you can watch the game online or on your telephone. Okay, that's how I watch the Canadian games that I didn't, because I don't have cable TV at my home. So I watch the game on my phone. Back in the day when I played, you heard about the score the next day
in the newspaper.
All right, in the newspaper. Okay, now you can watch it. Everything is there. It's there. And because of the Raptors' influence, all right, that's the reason why Canada basketball has grown so much. We have to give credit where credit is due. I love Steve. He's my boy. He's a part of it. But you hit it on the head. The Toronto Raptors, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady to a lesser extent, but Vince Carter had a major influence on basketball in this country, and that cannot be stated enough. Much credit to you, Vince. Thank you very much, because of you now, everybody in this country wants to play basketball, man. And besides making the NBA, they want to wear the red and white of our country, and it's only going to bode well for us going forward. It's going to start this summer. Hopefully our NBA collection of talent is going to go to Mexico and qualify for the Olympics. What that will do will just make us skyrocket even more. but our young talent is coming. We're going to get better. We have the most international representation right now in the NBA, and it's only going to get bigger because of our young players right now, and it's going to get better. It's going to grow, and I'm so happy that I've lived to see this. I'm excited, and it's going to be great to see it going forward here.
Well, from Frederick Weiss's career going down to the Canadian success going up, we've been talking about Miss Kia and everything Canadian basketball, so please join us on our next segment where we're going to be talking about a very special assistant coach, maybe potential head coach, we'll never know. Hoopslounge.com.